Hey guys, Sean here from SGT Report. I'm not even sure how to introduce this video. It's clear now if this message allegedly posted on Comet Ping Pong's message board is legitimate and accurate. This is the most disturbing thing you'll ever see, and it proves that Pizzagate has now reached eyes wide shut levels of Satanism. I'm going to play this report. This was posted by Joe Biggs on his Twitter account today. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey, this is Joe Biggs. I know some of you probably seen this, a lot of you probably haven't, but this is from Comet Ping Pong. It says, last month satisfied customers were raving about our pizza, and we all know you will too. Repeat customers know the drill. For newcomers, see how they spell that? First run the program given to you by your special friend. All instructions on how to enjoy this joyous hobby will be easily understandable. But please remember penalties for breaking the rules, which are also included in the program. Very few have broken the rules, and needless to say, the penalties are harsh. All pricing is included in the app. The app will only run on, and the following requirements must be met. And this is where it's really creepy. This month we have 5 fresh pizzas for your enjoyment. We also have 4 surviving pizzas. What does that mean, surviving pizzas? From last month's session. All are on sale at an extremely low price as they are in poor health and not expected to survive. A requirement is that you finish eating your pizza after your session. So, what are some really weird things? Number 1, how are pizzas in poor health? Not expected to survive. And finish eating your pizza after your session. This is some truly sick and twisted stuff that we are seeing. And it looks like there's another location in DC as well. It's called Bucks. Bucks Fishing and Camping. And look down here, it says for more info, go to Comet Ping Pong.
The point needs to be made that Pizzagate is now in many ways worse than the things Stanley Kubrick tried to bring to our attention in his movie Eyes Wide Shut. Because at least in Eyes Wide Shut, what was being shown was essentially satanic sex magic rituals that involved adults. If this message that Joe Biggs just read is accurate, then we're talking about adults preying on and potentially murdering children. I'm going to reread the last part of the message that Joe read. This month, we have 5 fresh pizzas for your enjoyment. We also have 4 surviving pizzas from last month's session. All are on sale at an extremely low price as they are in poor health and not expected to survive. A requirement is that you finish eating your pizza after your session. I think this refers to killing the children, the ones that are in poor health, that are purchased at the discount. Now, for those of you that are faint of heart, Christian, or just decent, normally wired human beings, this is probably one of the worst things that you've ever heard, and it's exactly why I told Dave Kranzler that Pizzagate is the New World Order. In the interview I just released with Dave Kranzler, I made the point that the New World Order will bring us endless abominations, digital money which they will control, pedophilia, bestiality, and 10 other perversions that Satanists at the U.S. Department of Justice plan to make legal, according to Tom DeLay.
Well, we've already found a secret memo coming out of the Justice Department. They're now going to go after 12 new perversions, things like bestiality, polygamy, having sex with little boys and making that legal.
And what's painfully clear about the New World Order and Pizzagate is that this is a world in which the rule of law applies only to the people, not the elite. And getting back to the message that Joe Biggs read, at the very bottom is a part he didn't read, which says, and I quote, "This month's special includes a 30% discount on severe torture. Each image below is available for," and I couldn't quite make out the price, and it goes on to say, "Andrew also has some prints he would like to sell, so contact him for more information. They are masterpieces." And I'd like to read this part from the message that Joe Biggs did not read. These are the rules that must be engaged in order to run this app. It says, the app is to be run from your own personal computer that only you have access. Your computer must be connected to the internet when run. The app must be run from your home. You must destroy the media on which you received the app. Remember the password that will activate the app, as there will be no icons on your computer. And getting back to the allegory of Stanley Kubrick's Eyes Wide Shut, we know in that movie there were harsh penalties for disclosing what goes on at those ceremonies.
What is the password for the house?
I seem to have forgotten it.
That's unfortunate. Because here, it doesn't matter whether you have forgotten it, or if you never knew it.
And the same language is used here in this message.
Please remember penalties for breaking the rules, which are also included in the program. Very few have broken the rules, and needless to say, the penalties are harsh.
These rituals in this satanic pedophile ring is only for the initiated. As I talked about with Ole Damagard recently, there's very clear evidence that there is a global pedophile ring involving the elite at the highest levels. And just another example of that is Roberta's Pizza in New York City, and researchers have captured images from Roberta's Pizza on their social media accounts, which include pictures of children, skulls, fire, and pentagrams, overt and blatant Satanism. And according to a tweet by Queen NW1NS, Roberta's Pizza was very popular with the Clintons. And in this tweet, it says, President Clinton stopped by Roberta's for some pizza with his wife. You heard that right. Bill and Hillary Clinton ate at Roberta's in Bushwick. And here's just a couple more images related to that establishment. An advertisement for an Easter party with two hysterical children being held by an adult dressed in a bunny costume. And this one, a slice of pizza with an all-seeing eye. And then there's this important tweet that reads, it would take a special and terrible kind of monster that didn't like pizza. Luckily for us, Hillary's not a monster, so she loves her pie just as much as the rest of us. In a year of campaigning, her team ordered from Domino's an insane 85 times. I guess you could say they were greasing the campaign wheels. It's not just the mass-produced pizzas either. Two of Hillary's favorite New York restaurants, DeFazio's and Roberta's, make a damn delicious crust, and being a presidential figure definitely helps with those table wait times. Though it might not just be the pizza drawing Hillary to Roberta's. There's also the slim chance that one of the waitresses might be buck naked. Just Google it if you don't believe us. All right, and the last word is this. I'm going to show you the Google Street View of an establishment in the same DC area as Comet Ping Pong and Besta Pizza. It's called Politics and Prose, and allegedly it's owned by a speechwriter for Hillary Rodham Clinton. And what's curious about this particular establishment is on the sidewalk outside the establishment is this image of a skull and bones on the sidewalk. And anyone who's watched the video, The Deocculting of John Podesta, is well aware that the Podesta image that John posted on his own social media account with a 14 on one hand and a fish on the other, in Gematria when decoded it means 322. And when we enter Politics and Prose, what do we see on the stairs leading down to the lower level? Children. It's all circumstantial evidence, but at this point, the circumstantial evidence is leading to a pile of smoking gun clues that suggests that not only is Pizzagate real, it's even more horrifying than Eyes Wide Shut. Thanks for watching, and for real news 24/7, visit us at sgtreport.com.
When you look upon these pedophile trafficking network and so on, there are, even though it sounds incredibly sick and so on, there are actually parents delivering children to these rings. I mean, their own children as well.